Hello all, welcome to Paritranaya. In this video, we'll be discussing and we'll be analyzing about the international affairs related questions which have appeared in Prelims 2024. And I'm glad to claim that out of 8 questions which have appeared in Prelims 2024 with respect to international affairs, so 5 questions can be solved directly and 2 questions can be solved indirectly with the help of our notes. Okay. So through our discussion, I'll be showing you few bytes of our notes as well, and for complete set of notes you can download our application from the Android Play Store. Okay. So let us begin with the questions. So when it comes to international affairs, so there is no standard source from which we can claim to answer at least 50% of the questions, but here the notes which we have prepared predominantly from the current affairs point of view and keeping exams demand in mind, so that has helped our students tremendously. So the first question, consider the following statements. There is instability and worsening security situation in the Sahel region. Second, there have been military takeovers, coups in several countries of the Sahel region in the recent past. Okay. So here there are 4 options, whether both 1 and 2 are correct and whether 2 is the correct explanation for 1, whether 1 and 2 are correct and whether 2 is not the correct explanation for statement 1. So in this fashion there are 4 options. Okay. So let us look into our notes. So first we need to understand where is this Sahel region located. So this Sahel region, it repeatedly appears in the newspaper. So it's a region which is located in the in the continent of Africa, in the northern part of Africa. Okay, Africa. So in our notes at some point, so this is our notes. So here we have content like Horn of Africa. So these 4 countries, they constitute Horn of Africa. Next here we have Russian bordering countries. Okay, here we have Sahel region. Okay. So if you look at the countries of the Sahel region, I'll urge you to locate the same on the map as well. So Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Chad, the Gambia, Guinea, Mauritania, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, and Senegal. So these are all countries of Sahel region. Okay, Sahel region. So next, okay, what is the statement? There is instability and worsening security situation in the Sahel region. So let us look into the other part of our notes. Okay. So here, this is the notes corresponding to military coups. So here what I have done is I have compiled the military coups of 3 years. So of 2021, 2022 and 2023. Okay, 23. So here if you look at the countries of the Sahel region, so Mali is a country of Sahel region, Chad is a country of Sahel region, Nigeria is a country of Sahel region, Burkina Faso is a country of Sahel region, similarly Guinea is a country of Sahel region. Okay. And in these countries what they have faced military coup. Okay, military coup, and that is why the security situation has deteriorated. So based on this, let us go back to the question. So from this we understand the first one is correct, second one is also correct. So the correct answer for this question is 1, where both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 is the correct explanation for statement 1. Okay. So there is an instability and worsening security situation in Sahel region. It is because of the military coup that has taken place in the Sahel region. So many of them might think that this is a very tough question, but it's one of the easiest question for us because already we had this compiled material, and because of the repeated revision, the students were able to mark it very confidently. Next. So this is just a tip of an iceberg. So similarly, we have prepared for every other content as well. So once you download our application, you will get access to all those notes. Next, this is a question. Recently, Venezuela has achieved a rapid recovery from its economic crisis and succeeded in preventing its people from fleeing, emigrating to other countries. Okay, so this is the first statement. Second statement, Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves. Okay, oil reserves. This is the second statement. So here, this question, it's a very easy question. Okay, it's a very easy question, especially for us. So if you look at our content, so this is a content that we have compiled based on curiosity. Okay, curiosity. So the major resources are, for example, coal, diamond, iron, and gold, silver. So all these are major resources, and also oil. So the whole of the world economy is dependent on oil. Hence, it is very much necessary for us to know about the oil. For example, which country holds the highest reserves? That is Venezuela. Which is the largest producer of oil? USA. Which is the largest exporter of oil? Saudi Arabia. Okay, so this compilation already we had, and based upon this we understand that Venezuela is the country with the largest oil reserves, followed by Saudi Arabia. Okay, Saudi Arabia. So based upon this, the second statement, that is Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves, it's correct. Okay, second statement is correct. Now next we need to know whether first statement is correct or wrong. So Venezuela has achieved a rapid recovery. So generally when we said rapid recovery, so it will be false. Recovery will happen, but it will not be a rapid. Okay, it will not be a rapid. But first we need to know whether there was an economic crisis in Venezuela or not. So here in our notes, so I have prepared countries facing economic depression or severe economic crisis. So if you look at the list, there are various countries: Sri Lanka, Lebanon, Venezuela, Sudan, Russia, Suriname, Zambia, Syria, Argentina, Iran. So based on current affairs, so we have prepared the list of countries which faced economic depression. So among them, Venezuela is one of them. So from this we understand that Venezuela was under a serious economic crisis, and but sudden recovery, it's not possible. So from this we conclude that statement 2 is correct, but statement 1 is wrong. Statement 1 is wrong. So the correct answer for this question is option number D. Option number D. Okay. So in this fashion, when we prepare the notes from exam point of view, keeping exams demand in mind, so our content will become very crispy, and we'll be able to answer such kind of difficult questions as well, because these questions, they indicate the trend. If you look at the questions from 2022 onwards, so there have been questions directly or indirectly on military coup. Okay, military coup. So from that context, we are already prepared, and it helped us in the examination. Next, okay, consider the following pairs: country and reason for being in the news. So Argentina, worst economic crisis. Sudan, so war between a country's regular army and paramilitary forces. Turkey, rekindled its membership of NATO. Okay. So again, this question also we were very easily able to answer this question. Okay, because of the solid content which we had already built. Okay. So here the same list, the countries which were facing economic crisis. So already we saw Venezuela. Similarly, Argentina is also a country which was facing economic crisis. So from this we understand that the first one, Argentina, worst economic crisis, it is correct. Okay, it is correct. Next, Sudan. So if you look at the statement of the Sudan, war between the country's regular army and paramilitary forces, it means it is speaking about the military coup. Okay, military coup. So let us look into the countries which have faced the military coups. Okay, so countries which have faced military coups in 2021, that is this is the list of countries. In 22, this is a list of countries. In 23, this is a list of countries. So if you look at this list, here we have Sudan. Okay, here we have Sudan. So from this we conclude that the second statement, that is Sudan, it's a whether it witnessed military coup. Yes, it witnessed a military coup. There was a fight between regular army and paramilitary forces. So second one is also right. Okay, second one is also right. Now next, Turkey, it rekindled its membership of NATO. It means it left the NATO. Okay, this is the statement they have made. So whether we have to verify whether it is true or false. First we need to know whether Turkey is a member of NATO or not, and why they have focused on Turkey. So in the context of Ukraine and Russia crisis, so Russia has attacked Ukraine. So if we look into its background, so why Russia has attacked Ukraine, so we'll understand that it is basically because of the membership of NATO. Okay, membership of NATO. So Ukraine should not become a member of NATO. So this is the basic reason why Russia has attacked Ukraine. So in that context, we need to know, and it is important, that which all countries are members of NATO. Okay, members of NATO. So here, these are the 32 countries which are members of NATO. Okay, 32 countries which are members of NATO, and Turkey is one among them. Okay, Turkey is one among them. So again, repeatedly we have to update the notes. So we had already updated. So the latest country to join. So the latest country to join NATO is Sweden. So Sweden joined in 2024. So since its formation, so no member country has left NATO. So no country have left NATO since its founding. Since its founding. So from this we can conclude that the second statement which they have made, third statement, Turkey rekindled its membership of NATO, this statement is false. Okay, this statement is false. So based upon that we got to know 1 is correct, 2 is correct, third is false. So the correct answer is only 2 pairs. Only 2 pairs. Next, moving to the next question. Okay. So consider the following countries: Italy, Japan, Nigeria, South Korea, South Africa. Which of the above countries are frequently mentioned in the media for their low birth rates or aging population or declining population? Okay, or declining population. So based on the curiosity as well as based on current affairs, so we had prepared this notes. Okay, notes. So countries with lowest fertility rates. Okay, top 5 countries. So from low to high. So Taiwan is the country with the lowest fertility rate. Next, South Korea, Singapore, Hong Kong, Macau. Similarly, countries with aged population 65 years and above. So top 5 countries. So here we have a list of Japan, Italy, Finland, Portugal and Greece. Okay. So based upon this point, so we can conclude that Japan and Italy, they should be part of our answer. Okay. So based on such kind of inference, we shall try to find where Japan and Italy are there. Okay, Japan and Italy, both of them should be there. So if you look here, where both Japan and Italy are present, that is 1, 9, 2, there is only one such option. Okay, that is 1, 2 and 4. Hence the correct answer is what? A. So this question also we were able to solve very easily. Next, moving on to next question. So consider so until now we saw that all the questions we were able to answer directly through our notes. But the next question, here we will not be able to answer it directly through our notes. We need to draw some kind of inference as well. Okay, let us look into it. So consider the following statements regarding World Toilet Organization. So very rarely we have heard about World Toilet Organization. So it is one of the agencies of the United Nations. World Toilet Summit, World Toilet Day, World Toilet College are the initiatives of this organization to inspire action to tackle global sanitation crisis. The main focus of its function is to grant funds to the least developed countries and developing countries to achieve the end of open defecation. Okay, defecation. Now let us look into these statements one by one. It is one of the agencies of United Nations. So whether it is true or false? Yes. For this we have in our notes. So the content for with respect to this statement. So here these are the United Nations agencies. So we also call them as specialized agencies. For example, World Bank, International Monetary Fund, World Health Organization, International Labour Organization, Food and Agricultural Organization, World Meteorological Organization, World Intellectual Property Organization, and so on. So totally there are 15 specialized agencies. But here we do not have a list with respect to what? World Toilet Organization. From this we conclude that World Toilet Organization is not an agency of UN. So it means the first statement is false. The first statement is false. But when we eliminate one, again we are left with 3 options: 2 only, 3 only, and 2 and 3. Okay, 2 and 3. Now when you keenly observe these options, so generally any international organization, it is not involved in granting funds to the least developed countries and developing countries. Okay, so even if such kind of organization is involved, it will be World Bank, but no other organization will be involved in what? Granting of funds and all. Okay, granting of funds and all. So with that intuition, we should be able to eliminate this point 3. Okay, point 3. So if we eliminate point 3, then we will get answer called as 2. Okay, 2. What partially we have the content, but completely we will not be able to answer based on our content. But based on intuition, based upon some kind of rational thinking, we will be able to arrive at the answer for this question as well. Okay, this question as well. Next, moving to this question, consider the following statements. India is a member of International Grains Council. A country needs to be a member of the International Grains Council for exporting or importing rice and wheat. For this question also we have partial content, we do not have complete content, but still based on the general logical or rational thinking, we should be able to answer this question. So here is our content. So International Grains Council, so it has many information pertaining to it, but here whether India is its member, yes, there are totally 11 producing countries and 18 importing countries. Okay, importing countries. So 18 plus 11 is totally 29 members are part of this organization. India is also its member as part of the exporting member country. So from this we understand that statement 1 is correct. Statement 1 is correct. But nowhere we have a reference to whether any country should be a member of it in order to participate in export and import of rice. So nowhere we have this content. But still, by general logic or rational thinking, what we can derive is when it comes to export and import, so the organization which is involved is World Trade Organization. Okay, World Trade Organization. So hence, if International Grains Council, if it was such an important organization wherein its permission would have required to participate in the export and import, then it would have repeatedly appeared in the newspaper. Okay, so this is not an organization which repeatedly appears in the newspaper. Hence, we can come to a conclusion, or we can draw a conclusion that second statement is false. Okay, if at all permission is required or rules have to be followed, it will be rules of World Trade Organization and not of International Grains Council as far as export and import is concerned. So based on such kind of rational thinking, we can eliminate 2. So the correct answer is 1 only. 1 only. Next, So consider the following statements. Assumed pipeline is a strategic route for Persian Gulf oil and natural gas shipments to Europe. Assumed pipeline connects the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, it's again an easy question, so we were able to solve with the help of the notes which we had prepared. And why it is important? Because it is a critical trade path. Okay, trade route. Okay, trade route. So if you look here, this is the Red Sea, and here we have Mediterranean Sea. So Mediterranean Sea and Red Sea are connected by Suez Canal. Now sometimes if there is some kind of problem with respect to this Suez Canal, so this assumed pipeline, it's an alternative path to connect Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, Mediterranean Sea. So hence it's an oil pipeline in Egypt running from what Ain Soko terminal in Gulf of Suez, the northernmost point of the Red Sea, to the Mediterranean Sea. So it connects from Red Sea to Mediterranean Sea. It provides an alternative to Suez Canal. Okay, so whenever there is some problem with respect to Suez Canal, so Suez Canal was in news with respect to some kind of blockage and all. So whenever there is such kind of problem, we have this alternative route. Okay, alternative route. So based on this, so it's a strategic route for Persian Gulf oil and natural gas shipment to Europe. Yes, true. So it connects Red Sea with Mediterranean Sea. Yes, true. Okay, so based upon that, the Persian Gulf, whatever the exports of oil is there, so it can move to Europe through Mediterranean Sea. Okay, through Mediterranean Sea. So both the points are correct, and 2 is the correct explanation for 1. So here the answer is what? Only that is A. Okay, answer is A. So this was a brief about the discussion. No, one more question is there. Okay, so consider the following statements. The European Parliament approved the Net Zero Industry Act recently. The European Union intends to achieve carbon neutrality by 2040 and therefore aims to develop all of its clean technology by that time. Okay. So here this we do not have the direct content with respect to this question, but by general logic, what we can derive here is the European Union intends to achieve carbon neutrality. So we already have discussed about carbon neutrality, okay, carbon neutrality and all. So here they are mentioning it as what? 2040. So achieving something by 2040, it will be too much ambitious and it will not be possible. So we can make a guess that so this 2040 might be wrong. Okay, if we are able to make such kind of guess in the examination, then what happens? Because carbon neutrality cannot be achieved in a span of 15 or 20 years. It requires more time. So on such kind of guesses, if we are able to eliminate this second as wrong, okay, then we will be left with only one option, that is statement 1 is correct and 2 is wrong. So the correct answer here is C. Okay, C. So overall, if you look, there are totally 8 questions. So among these 8 questions, so 5 questions we were able to solve directly, and 2 questions we were able to solve partially and based on rational thinking, and 1 question we did not have complete information, but we were able to make an attempt with the help of rational thinking. So when we follow such kind of strategies, then we'll be able to tackle international affairs related questions very easily, because when it comes to international affairs, there are no standard books. So through newspaper itself, we are supposed to prepare the content. So and that content should be very, very crispy. So in our notes, we have a very, very crispy content. I'll urge you to download our application and get access to all such crispy content, so that it will benefit you for the upcoming year as well. Okay, from both prelims as well as mains point of view. So this was the brief discussion about the international affairs related questions which appeared in 2024. Similarly, in the forthcoming videos, we will be coming up with the videos pertaining to other subjects as well. For all our further updates, subscribe to our channel and hit on the bell icon. Thank you.